What's going on, guys? My name is FlameHorizon. I'm your coach of the Minnesota Lycanrocs, and I'm coming at you with BBL Minors Season 4 Week 1. And it is going to be against Derp. Let me double check his team. It is going to be against Derp, and his... I believe it's the Intermilantic PC? Something along those lines. Give me a sec, I'll find it. Shouldn't be that hard to find, but I believe it's something along those lines. No, that's Burigo who has that one. And where's Derpinator? I forget what team name he is. Give me a sec, I'll find it. Yeah, the Toronto Maple Bayleefs. That's what team he is. Derpinator and the Toronto Maple Bayleefs. Going over his team, I'll pull the doc up, and we will start going over his team. I'll go over my thought process for when I built the team, and we will hopefully, I'll hopefully explain why I decided to bring what I wanted to bring. So pulling up the doc. So you all know my team if you saw my draft analysis last week. I'll hopefully link that down below if I remember to. My team consists of Arceus, Poison, Megalodios, Ferrothorn, Florges, Blastoise, Darmanitan, Jolteon, Mudbray, Tyranitar, Stoutland, and Noctowl. While my opponent's team, if I can pull it up, where is it? There it is. My opponent's team consists of Celesteela, Giratina Origin, Mega Blaziken, Hatterene, Nidoqueen, Umbreon, Girder, Lantern, Blissey, and Durant. So he does only have 10 Pokemon and not 12 or 11, so he has the minimum amount. I just noticed something on the dock that I have to show you guys, and I'm sorry, but if I have to suffer, you have to suffer too. Look at the Lantern. I'm disappointed but not surprised. So I'll just kind of start going through his team and why I brought the things that I brought. So I did bring Perp, the Megalodios, Recover Thunderbolt, Stored Power, Calm Mind. These moves basically just hit everything on his team for either neutral or super effective damage. Thunderbolt hits this, Stored Power hits this, Stored Power hits this, Thunderbolt hits this, Stored Power, Thunderbolt, Stored Power, Stored Power. If he's Volt Absorb, which he probably would be. Stored Power, but I'd need a lot of Calm Minds in order to even dent this thing. And then Thunderbolt. Plus a max defense, so I'm able to pretty much eat any hit, unless he's like a Hone Claws boosting Durant. This is Perp, the Megalodios. Next we have Slippin', because you know I'm toxic and you're slipping under. With Recover, Flamethrower, Judgment, and Draco Meteor. I just decided to go with coverage plus recover to just hit everything on his team. Flamethrower, Draco, Judgment, Draco. Basically, it just kind of hits everything on his team for at least neutral damage. Max special attack, and I believe I have just enough speed to outspeed Durant, unless he's Scarfed. That's what I EV'd this for. Yeah, I gave it 349, so I can outspeed Durant at 348 speed, so I can just hit it with a Flamethrower and take that thing out. Up next, I have Choice Scarf Browsing, because you know the really nice fiery eyebrows. Hammer Arm, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, and Earthquake. Basically, this thing comes in and just claims kills. I just click a move, and hopefully I do damage. Hopefully I do enough damage to where I'm able to claim the kill. Up next, we have Gojira, the Tyranitar, Superpower Crunch, Stealth Rock, Earthquake. I realized I just needed to hit hard with this, get up rocks, and then just start hitting hard. Because, you know, Superpower can hit this pretty well, Crunch can hit that pretty well, Crunch, Earthquake. Probably wouldn't stand against that, though, because it's a fighting type move. It just kind of hits a lot of his team very well. Only really scared of the Celesteela, the Mega Blaziken, and the Girder. Everything else it can kind of come in free on, and maybe the Durant as well. Up next, we have Spin to Win, the Blastoise with Scald, Ice Beam, Rapid Spin, Toxic. Just there to spread toxic damage and then to hit things up with Rapid Spin, hit things up with Ice Beams and Scalds, and just basically there for the overall hazard control. And then up next, we have Fleur, the Florges Blue, because blue is the best Florges. Wish, Protect, Aromatherapy, Moonblast. My Spadef Wall comes in, takes Spadef hits, pass off wishes, This thing's mainly there to keep passing off heals to this, or to keep passing off heals to this. Physically defensive, so I can take even a +3 high jump kick from Mega Blaziken at full. Can't take a +4. Can't take a +6, but I can take a +4 if he does decide to sword stance up. So we will go right into the battle here. We're going to play with music off because the music is awful. But turn 1, I decided to just lead off with Tyranitar, so that way I can set up my Stealth Rocks, as he does go for a Scald. It is 25%, and I do get burned, which is unfortunate. I actually just decided to click Earthquake, because it would have done over half if I didn't get burned. We are going to see that he's leftovers and not Scarfed, so you're a liar. I do just get my rocks up there to take, so that way I can have them on the field. When this thing comes out, I just go into Arceus Poison. I'm able to take that Aura Sphere like a champ because Arceus is a boss. And I do go for Draco, which does about 54%. And he does go for the Calm Mind, and I realized after the Sandstorm damage, another Draco should kill, but I did miss, so he's able to go for the Shadow Ball and take me down quite low. I do switch back out into Tyranitar to sack it off. And he goes for the Shadow Ball, doesn't do too much. I think I outsped. No, I didn't, so I just let Gojira go down. After that, I decided to go out into Darmanitan and basically just click Flare Blitz and claim a KO. If he stayed in, he died. If he switched out, it would have done over half to pretty much anything. He then goes out into Lantern, and of course I'm going to switch out into Florges Blue and take the Volt Switch. Only does 10%. He'll know by that I'm max Spadef. And then after that Volt Switch, I'm not going to stay in against that. I go out into Blastoise, which takes that Iron Head fairly well. And I do get my Lefty's recovery. He decides to go for X Scissor, but misses, and I click Scald, and I do get the Scald burn. So there's a little bit of payback from earlier. If that X Scissor had hit, it would have been a little bit worse for wear against the Mega Blaziken later, but neither of them hit. So that's kind of sad for him. I always forget this thing has Magic Bounce, so forget that. I always forget it has Magic Bounce, and so did my opponent. He does go for Psyshock on my switch in for Florges. He's just going to go for Psyshock again, so there's really nothing I can do. I do just have to let Fleur go down, which is unfortunate, but it really wasn't doing too much. I go out into Mega Latias. I am able to barely take the Dazzling Gleam, but since it was the last turn of Trick Room, I am able to recover off the damage. And he goes for Trick Room again, but because of my +1 Spadef, I can keep Calm Minding and then just boost this thing up to Oblivion. Because I can take that one fairly easily, go for Recover. So basically I'm playing around crits here. If I were to get crit, that would be unfortunate. But as you'll see, I'm not going to end up getting crit. He does go for Crunch with that. Doesn't get the defense drop. Stored Power takes that thing out, no problem. You know, +2 special attack, plus the really high power or stored power boosts. Goes out into Scarfer, thinking he can take the hit, and that goes down. Goes out into Mommy Hat, you go for Recover just to take the hit, as he goes for Mystical Fire to lower my special attack, which is very smart. I decided to just go for another Calm Mind, and he's going to keep going for Mystical Fires to keep my special attack down. So I do just have to start going for Thunderbolts, as he does continue to lower my special attack. So I'm at +3 Spadef, no special attack, and Mommy Hat lives, eats its Eye Papa Berry, and lowers my special attack even more. I do just have to keep going for Thunderbolts until this thing dies, because I can't necessarily switch anything else in. I could switch in Darmanitan, but that would lose my boosts, and I really just lost nothing by keeping this thing in. So now he is going to go out into Blaziken here, which takes that 12%, and go for the Swords Dance. I do just click Calm Mind here, and that Swords Dance did kind of scare me. He's going to Mega Evolve now and go for another Swords Dance, so he's at +4. And he's just going to go for the Blaze Kick, which does about 43%, and it burns me, but I go for the Stored Power to do enough damage, so that way, like I said, Blastoise is able to take a +4 high jump kick. So knowing that, I do send it in here. I know, I think I sent in Arceus, because I didn't know it at the time. I calced it after. So then I go out into Blastoise. He goes for the Earthquake. It doesn't KO, and he didn't want to risk the high jump kick miss. So actually, I would not have taken that +4 high jump kick because he went for Earthquake. The max defense did come in clutch there, and I am able to secure a 2-0 victory over Derpinator. In the side of the chat, I have the chat blocked off because he does a curse, and I don't want you guys to see the cursing. Max defense, he was calking it at +6 for Mega Lati, because he screwed up his calc. He didn't want to have to SD again if he didn't have to. It was kind of hard for him. The day it happened, he was kind of down, but then he went and won another game later. So it's no big deal. He's feeling good about it. It was just simple mistake on his part. He would have won that game had it not been for that mistake. But that's the game we play. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below what you thought of the video, and subscribe if you're new. Trying to get my following back on YouTube. Trying to get back into the scene a bit more. And I hope you all will take care, and I will see you all in the next video.